What's up, guys? Knowledge is power here. Today I'm bringing you the book The Art of Acting by Stella Adler. So she is a acting teacher, if you can't tell by the title, and this book was all about how to act, how to present yourself on stage, and it was basically an interpretation of her class. So it took a lot of the exercises that she used in the class and put them all into the book. And that's how the whole book was written out. It's like, alright, in today's class, I'm going to teach you this. And then it's like, alright, the last class, I told you to do this. And it's like a continuation. Each chapter is a continuation of the next class. And it goes through all these different stages. It had a lot of great points. A lot of things that are applicable not just to the stage, but to life in general. Because I forget who said it, can't remember. There is someone that said like life or the world is your stage, and I think that's a great thing to really try to make, because we all are sort of actors in our own movies, and we can decide who we want to be every single day, and that's the main thing that should be forefront in your mind at all times is, who do you want to be? Who is your future self that you are striving to be? That could be even better than you are today. Because that's the one thing that I try to do every day, is try to be better than the person I was yesterday. And some days that's very difficult, but if you keep it the image of who you want to be in the forefront of your mind at pretty much all times, it's a great way to really move you in the right direction. I didn't get that out of the book, but that's one thing I've really been focusing on in the last 2 weeks here, and I feel like it's made a tremendous impact on my life and just my overall happiness and everything. Keeping that vision has made me more grateful, and I'm not sure why, but I've been extremely grateful lately, and it's really helped me out a lot. So one thing Stella says is, to be an actor, you need to have critical seeing, which means you need to see things as they are and really be able to describe things with accuracy and with detail. Like, you say that's a cup, or you say that's like a fine cup, like blue cup with like a glossy finish, that's slippery to the touch, that water doesn't stick on, it just slides. It's smooth, it's not rough. Get very, very descriptive about what you are looking at, because that's the one thing that you need to tell other people ideas and stuff. You need to have their own image in your mind. And to really have that image in your mind, you need to see the image in your mind with accuracy and with vivid detail. You need to really be able to see it in your mind to be able to convert that over to the other person's mind. And that's basically the act of persuasion. If you can really hone in on this image in your mind, you can convert that image to their mind, and then they will in turn understand what you're talking about. And it's a very difficult thing to do at first. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the better you will get. It's enhancing your imagination, which imagination is so key. If you haven't learned that by now, Albert Einstein honed in on imagination. This book talked a ton about imagination. Imagination is everything. There's a quote in here: "Until a fact passes through your imagination, it is a lie." Now, that just comes down to your beliefs. If people tell you facts, you're not necessarily going to believe the facts as a fact. It's not until you really think about it, it goes through your mind, through your imagination, that you can really internalize it, and it, in fact, does become a fact for you. Alright, just because it's a fact for everyone else around you doesn't mean it's a fact for you. That's another big thing, is the fact of the matter is, if you're watching this video, you are probably in a safe location where everyday life, you don't have to worry about getting killed or eaten or something that our ancestors had to worry about. But yet, a lot of us act like we are still in the primal environment that we used to be, that we are under attack, and we don't live as fully as we could. Um, we walk around like we're like about to get hit by something or shit like that, and that's because our primal instinct is sort of like protect, because that's what we always had to do. But you have to really get it in your imagination that you are living in a safe environment now, and you don't have to worry about all this all the past events that used to take humans out, because they're no longer in existence. Um, yeah. So another thing, acting. Do you even know what acting is? All right, acting is doing. Same thing. You have to be able to do to be able to act. If you go on stage, it's how you're doing it. Um, and this is something to be very, very aware of now, is self-awareness. It's about how you're doing everything. How you're picking up the pencil. You're grabbing the pencil, picking up slowly. How you're writing, um, how you're presenting yourself to the world. Because it determines not only how others perceive you, but how you're gonna feel, and that's the main thing. You want to have a great posture, because posture affects breathing, and breathing affects emotions and how you're gonna feel. So, making sure that you're doing everything to the best of your ability, just doing everything your best, and not like slouching, and like doing things like you're tired. Like, I see that a lot, where people are like feeling fatigued, so they start acting in like a half-assed manner, I'll call it. And acting like that really only makes you feel more like that. Instead, where if you're feeling tired, but you don't pay no attention to it, you just go right on acting like you have all the energy in the world, and then like in a few moments, it will actually give you energy, and you may have all the energy in the world once again, even though 5 minutes ago you were feeling fatigued, defeated. Um, it's a great lesson learned, is you don't have to act like you're feeling. All right. It's a great thing when you're feeling great, sure, but when you're not feeling great, you don't want to be acting like you're not feeling great. You want to be acting like you are feeling great, regardless of the situation. Um, yeah. So the first step she talks about when getting on stage is asking, "Where am I?" Identify the circumstances around you. The five who's: who, what, why, where, when. Those are a great way to start. Any situation that you come into, you want to fit into the situation, and you don't want to like come at the situation with a hammer and try to take it over. It's like integration at its finest, is identifying where I am and acting accordingly. Everything. Let's The final point I'm going to talk about in this video is voice control and developing a stellar vocabulary. Alright? The one thing that really struck me in this book was talks about how language has become diminished in our current world. Our current society diminishes language a lot. She makes this spiel about the shit, everything shit nowadays. I gotta do this shit. Oh yeah, that shit sucked. People always talk about shit. Man, that shit was awesome. It's like shit, 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 shit. But it's like the shit is not descriptive. It's not helping you. It's lower thinking. It's not higher thinking. So if you ever do this, I would recommend that you completely cut that out of your vocabulary. It's something I'm working on obsessively. I am obsessed with changing my language so I can talk at a more, I can just talk better and more clearly and articulate my words and really convey my message at a higher level than I've ever been able to do before, because my language is just more pure and it's more direct. Um, and I think that's everything, because how we talk, our words, dictate our perception and other people's perception of us. So gathering the right words is key to your success in life, just overall success in life. You have a great vocabulary, you will do well. Jim Rowe, he's like a business tycoon guy, talker. I just listened to a speech by him yesterday, and he was talking about how if you want to leave the 97% and begin to identify with like the top percent of people, the top percent of earners, top percent of people that are happy, you have to leave behind the 97% think and talk. And you don't want to talk like everyone else around you talks if they're not doing well and they're not doing, what you want. And that's one thing that really struck me. It's like, wow, like I have been talking like everyone else around me majority of the time, because I just allow myself to fall to that level when I'm around them. Because I'm like, oh, they're doing it, I can do it too. No big deal. That's just how we as a society are operating. But it's not how you have to operate. You don't have to operate by society's standards. You can operate at your own standard, because that's what the top people are doing. They're not operating like the rest of society. Why do you think they're making so much more than everyone else? Because they're operating up here. You're operating down here. That's the reason. That's the big gap. Yeah. Well, that's I'm gonna cover today. Knowledge is power here. Knowledge is power through acting. Yes, you need to act on this information. You start applying it right now. Create a vision for yourself in the future. Keep that image right here, and you'll be great. Be grateful for your health. Be grateful that you can watch this video. Be grateful for the little things in life. I was grateful that I woke up today. I was grateful that I'm able to make this video. I'm grateful that I have energy today to present to you, to go work out, to go love life. Alright, so yeah. Stay humble, my guys and girls, and yeah. See you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe down below. If you want to see any specific book, I would be glad to read it for you and give you my spiel on it. So, until next time, see you. Bye.